everyone, you're welcome back to my channel. To my subscribers, thank you so much for supporting me. Thank you for subscribing to this channel. For those that have not subscribed, oh my father, what are you still waiting for? Just click that red subscribe button and the bell beside it so that you'll be notified anytime I will upload a new video. So in today's tutorial, we'll be learning how to cut a pencil skirt, and I'm going to make it as simple as ABC, as you all know. So stay tuned. Let's go to the working table. Okay, for this tutorial, the working tools that we need are drafting paper, paper tape, scissors, measuring tape, a long ruler, then hip cuff, and pencil. But for the visibility of this tutorial, for this teaching, I'll be making use of marker. Okay, then the measurements that we need for this are the hip line or the hip length, full length, nipple to nipple measurement for the placement of our dart, the waist circumference or the round waist, and the round hip. These are the measurements that we need. So first of all, hold the paper, your working paper, the drafting paper, on your working surface. Use a paper tape to hold it firm so that when drafting, it will not shift. Then I'll be adding bands to this pencil skirt. So all my vertical measurements, I will minus 2 inches from it. So this line is just my starting point. I don't want to use the edge because it's rough edge. I don't want to use it. So I just created a starting point from there. So all the vertical measurements will start from that line. So I'm trying to get my hip line, distance from waist to the hip, which is 9 inches. I mark it so. Mark it the other side so that we get a straight horizontal line. Then the full length of the skirt is 30 inches. I'll be adding 2 inches of sewing allowance. All right, so I will mark it towards the center front to create out a straight horizontal line. Then I will join it with a straight ruler. Then this is the full length. I will join it. Then the hem line of the 2 inches, I will join it. All right. Then after this, I will just label it out so that I'll be able to identify the line. Hip line, the hem line, yeah. All right. Then after this, I will input the nipple to nipple measurements. So the nipple to nipple measurements I am working with is 8 inches. Then divided by 2, which give me 4 inches. I'll mark it so. I'll open it up by 1/2 inch at both sides. This gives us the dart. So I will take for the front, the depth of the darts, I'll mark out 4 inches. For the front, I have 4 inches for the depth of the dart. Then I'll rule out the line to give me a straight line, and so. A straight line. Then I will connect the 1/2 inch on both sides to give us that shape. Okay. Then after that, I will take my waist measurement. The waist measurements I'm working with is 36 Then I will divide it by 4, which gives me 9 inches. I will mark it. Then I will put the dart allowance, which is 1 inch. Then I will add the sewing allowance of 1.5. You can add 2 or 1 inch depending. So, but I'll be using 1.5. The hip circumference I'm working with is 44 divided by 4, which gives me 11 inches. Then I'll be adding 1.5 sewing allowance because the dart did not extend to the hip. Then okay, I'm trying to measure the total value I have on the hip line. I would take it down to the full length and on the hem line. The value I got there is 12.5 inches. Though I will mark it out there. I'll use a stretch ruler to join the line. Join the point from the hip down to the full length. Alright? From the hip, I will just join the line down to the full length. Okay. So with the help of the hip curve, I will join from the waist to the hip line, giving us the curvy shape. Alright? So easy to make. So assuming we are working on a straight skirt, this is okay. This is a straight skirt, but we are working on a pencil skirt. For us to get our pencil skirt on this hem line, we are going to minus 1.5. You can minus 2 inches, 1 inch, depending. So how curvy you want it to be, but I'll be taking inwards 1.5 inches. Then join it from the hip down to the hem line. All right? Okay? Down to the hem line. So this part, I'll not be making use of it. I will cut it out. All right. So this is our front pattern. So I will just label it so that I'll be able to identify it whenever I want to make use of this pattern. Okay? And so we'll cut it out. So easy to make. So easy. So easy. If you follow me step by step, you know it's so easy to make. So please, while cutting out, make sure you cut outside the line, not on the line. Because when you cut on the line, there is a probability that you alter the measurement. For us not to alter the measurement, you cut outside the line. Because even though it's 1 inch measurement, it's very important. So you cut outside the line in order not to alter your measurements. Alright? So cut it. Just take your time. Cut it. Don't be in a rush. You cut it out. I will cut out the down part of it. Alright? So this is our front pattern. Okay, this is the center front. This center front will fold this center front into 2 if you are working on a fabric. Then this is the side front. Okay, you fold it into 2 at the center front and it will not be cut out. You fold it into 2. You will just cut only on the side front. But for this pencil skirt, this pattern, I'm going to do something. I'll be minusing 1 inch towards the center front. On the center front, I'll be minusing 1 inch so that the skirt will lay very well. I'll minus 1 inch like that, so that when you wear the skirt, it will not be folding at the center. Then you join that point, from that point all the way up to the side back. All right, at so all the way up to the side back. So then here I'm working on the back pattern, and I did not cut out that 1 inch. I just minus from the center back front. So after cutting it, after cutting the back pattern, I will cut it out. And here the back pattern, I added 2 inches for the zip allowance, because we will be inserting zip at the back. 2 inches. I will just measure it all the way down. 2 inches. So when you measure the 2 inches, just put your center front on the line. Place your center front on the line. You hold it with a pin or the paper tape and just trace the line. All right, just trace it. Trace the line. Okay, after tracing the line, you now draw it out. I'm just showing you what I did. After tracing the line, you now use the ruler to join it. All right, just the difference between the front and the back. The back have a zip. We added 2 inches of the zipper allowance. Once you measure out that zip allowance, you place your front pattern on the line and trace it out. That's all. That's all. So easy. Here is the center back, and here is the side back. The center back will be cut into 2, while the center front will not be cut into 2. Please note, when you fold it, it will be cut into 2, while the center front will not be cut into 2. So we will start our dart. You start measuring from the end of the 2 inches. Don't include the 2 inches zip allowance. 4 inch as we did to the front. Then the difference between the dart of the front and on the back is just the length of the dart. The length of the dart of the back will be 6 inches. And you know the length of the front was 4 inches. So we will extend the length of the back, so that it will give us that nice shape at the back. All right, then you join the line, join the half inches. All right, just as we did to the front pattern. Okay, so you just the length and the zip allowance, the length of the dart and the zip allowance, that is a different thing between the front pattern and the back pattern. Okay, then we'll cut it out. All right, so we have cutting it out. This is the front pattern and this is the back pattern. All right, so we'll turn it. Let me turn it so that you see it very well. The front and the back pattern. Just feel free to leave your question at the comments section. And if you want me to use this pattern to cut a skirt and sew it, I'll make video on it. Just let me know. All right, please like, subscribe and share. I love you all. Thank you so much. All right, bye.